journeyed across an ocean of stars to reach you. Your world has sheltered one of my citizens. He will look like you, but he is not one of you. To those of you who know of his location, the fate of your planet rests in your hands.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I was caught up in watching a trailer. I'm sorry. Uh, since it's Saturday and since you're here, I want to continue my tradition of reviewing two movies. And I want to say a special shout out to Rossi Boy 19, who actually reviewed these two movies, and he highly recommended these. So I went out and purchased these movies, and I watched them today, and I'll give you my review of them. Okay, the first one is and I said this in my Blu-ray update when I disclosed that I had these. I said I was going to review them, so it's sort of an Amber Heard weekend review. The first movie is called All the Boys Love Mandy Lane. There it is, starring Amber Heard. This movie came out in 2006, and of course this story is basically about Mandy Lane, which is played by Amber Heard. It takes place in high school, the high school years, and Mandy Lane's an orphan. She's beautiful. She's got incredibly hot over the summer, and she's a virgin, and she's raised by an aunt. And of course, all the boys desire her and stuff, and all the girls are jealous of her. And she has a close friend, and the guy that's an outcast called Emmett. Okay, and they get invited to a party in the beginning of the movie, a pool party, and of course, the guy whose house it is, he of course tries to hit on Mandy Lane, and of course she kind of brushes him off, and then her friend Emmett, who's at the party, of course feeling like an outcast because that's what he is, and he's on the roof, drinking, and the guy whose house it is goes up on the roof and talks to him and tells him basically, you're gonna get off my, get off my roof. You can't hang out on my roof getting drunk. And the guy, Emmett tells him, listen, if you want to impress Mandy, who's looking up at him and the guy, the jock whose house it is, he said, if you want to impress her, you gotta, do something bold. Not be like everybody else around here that always just wants to get in her panties. You have to do something bold. Like, why don't you just jump off the roof into the pool? I'm sure you've done it dozens of times. And of course he's drunk, and he does it. And of course he doesn't judge the distance, and he winds up killing himself by jumping off the roof into the pool. He bangs the bottom, and of course he dies. Of course, then a couple of months, about 9 months later pass. Okay, new school year, and Mandy Lane decides to befriend the popular kids. Okay, and there's a clique of popular kids: Chloe, Marlon, Red, Bird, and Jake. And Red invites her to his ranch. They live on an isolated ranch with his family. He invites Mandy Lane and all his groups of friends to go out on the ranch. And of course, at this point, Mandy Lane is blowing off her friend Emmett. She's not really talking to him anymore. Okay, and so he's really feeling like an outcast. And she agrees to go to this, to this party. And of course, the three guys that are going there are all, jockeying to see who gets to basically who's going to sleep with Mandy Lane during this weekend at this isolated ranch. And of course, while they're at this isolated ranch, they also meet the foreman of not the foreman, I guess you could say a ranch hand named Garth, who's an older guy who basically is there just to make sure that they don't get too outrageous. Okay, by the Red's parents, they hire him to make sure the people don't get too outrageous at the party. Okay, like I said, and various guys, try to hit on Mandy Lane, of course, and she's kind of politely blows them off. Okay, and then they do their drinking and getting high, and then slowly but surely, one by one, some of the kids start getting killed. Okay, and then the rest of the movie is basically you finding out who's killing off the rest of the kids and why. Okay, now this movie, I like the atmosphere and the way this was shot. Okay, let me show you the back of that. Okay, Amber Heard, of course, is absolutely gorgeous, but she can act, and the other young people that play their teenagers in this movie, they can act, and the acting is not bad at all. And like I said, I love the atmosphere of the movie. It's kind of laid back and beautifully filmed. But my only problem with this movie is towards the end, and this is going to be a spoiler for those who haven't seen it. So in case you want to tune out, this is going to be a spoiler. There's a twist that comes, okay, towards the end of the movie. Now I didn't mind the twist, okay, because I didn't see it coming, so I didn't mind it. But the motivation for the twist is where I gotta sort of have a problem with it. You know, like I said, other than that, I mean, I really enjoyed, kind of enjoyed the movie. It was kind of laid back, and then when the people got getting killed, and then you start wondering, who was doing it, and then, when it happened, when they kind of revealed the twist, and then I said, okay, there's a twist, and then what happened after the twist is what kind of didn't set right with me, I guess. Not set right with me, but I guess maybe I needed more of a understanding of it. But I was reading other people's reviews of this, and they were kind of saying that after the twist, what happens is kind of open up to interpretation. So I guess you have to. I don't know. Maybe because I like to have things spelled out for me. I didn't. After the twist, I didn't understand what happened after that. But I mean, acting wise, I said it was decent. I like the atmosphere and stuff of the movie and stuff, and it was good. And like I said, the only thing, like I said, after the twist, what happened after that didn't fully sell me on it. Okay, that's what I guess I wanted to say. So out of 10, I would give this movie a 6.5. 6.5. Beautiful atmosphere. I love the way it was shot. Decent acting in it, and some pretty nasty kills and stuff in this. But ultimately, after the twist, what happened after that didn't sit right with me. Okay, I guess that's what I want to say. So 6.5, Mandy Lane, definitely worth watching. Okay, and then like I said, maybe the twist and what happens after that will appeal to other people. But after the twist, I didn't like what happened after that. I mean, I didn't like it. I wanted more of an understanding of it. I guess maybe wanted more spelled out. Okay, there you go. Now the next movie that also stars Amber Heard, and it's directed by John Carpenter. This is John Carpenter's The Ward. Okay, and this is a thriller based on it came out in 2010. I think this movie didn't get released in theaters. I think it went direct to video. But anyway, the movie takes place in 1966 in Oregon, and a runaway named Kristen, played by Amber Heard, she gets captured by police after they see her burn down a farmhouse. Okay, and then she gets put into a psychiatric hospital. Okay, and she's introduced to Dr. Gerald Stringer, played by Jared Harris. Okay, who uses experimental therapy on the patients that he treats. Okay, and while Kristen's there, she meets her fellow patients. She meets Emily, Sarah, Zoe, and Iris. Okay, and basically Kristen starts seeing a ghost that basically attacks her, and she's also trying to figure out who she is because she doesn't remember. She's a doctor, Dr. Stringer, and he's trying to help her, and she doesn't quite remember exactly who she is. She just remembers her name. Okay, and basically, like I say, you have this ghost that's starting to attack. It starts to attack that she starts to see, and then it starts to attack her. Then it starts to attack her fellow patients, and then one by one they start disappearing. And of course, Kristen's trying to escape, and she's trying to find out why this ghost or whatever it is attacking them. And I really, really like this movie. I like the whole atmosphere of this. Had some nasty kills in this, and I like the whole atmosphere and the setup for this. I know a lot of people say this was predictable, but I liked it, and I didn't see the twist that came in it towards the end of the movie. I didn't see that coming. It did remind me of another movie, which I won't reveal, because if I reveal that movie, that would reveal the plot of this, if you can figure it out. But I really liked it. Like I said, he had decent acting from the actresses in this. Amber Heard was good. You had Mamie Gummer as Emily, you had Daniel Panabaker as Sarah, Laura Lee as Zoe, and Lindsay Fonasker as Iris. Okay, and Jared Harris is good, solid self as Dr. Gerald Stringer, and I really like this movie. I mean, it had a nice atmosphere and the ghost attacks and stuff, and some good kills. And I would definitely give this movie out of 10. I would give this movie a 7 out of 10. I really, really like this movie. Definitely worth getting, and I'm glad I picked this up. Okay, so that's my 2 reviews for this edition of Trepacer Saturday Reviews. Again, Mandy Lane, I'm going to give it a 6.5. I think I would have gave it a higher rating, maybe a 7 or maybe even a 7.5 if after the twist in this movie, what happened afterward, if I understood it better, I guess. Maybe that's what I want to say. And maybe after I see this again, maybe I could see that. Even though I did read a review of somebody trying to explain what happens after the twist, and even though their explanation kind of made sense, I didn't sit right with me with this movie, but it's still entertaining, and I love the way it was shot. Okay, and but this movie, The Ward, definitely give this a 7 out of 10. Definitely worth seeing, and I love the whole atmosphere. I know a lot of people said this was predictable and stuff, but I liked it. I love the actors were really good in it, and I love the whole start with the Christian Amber Heard trying to escape all the time and trying to find out what's going on, and with her friends, her fellow patients, disappearing and stuff, and nobody seeming to care. Okay, just a really good movie, The Ward. Okay, like I said, and this has like I said, spoiler, this has a twist in it too towards the end, which I didn't see coming, and really good. So I really like this, so I'll give this a 7 out of 10. Okay, so let me know what you think about these 2 titles, if you got them. And again, thank you, Rossi Boy, for recommending these movies. Okay, like I said, I enjoyed them for the most part, even though, like I said, the twist in Mandy Lane, I didn't, after the twist, what happens after that, I didn't particularly care for, but still an entertaining movie. Okay, so let me know what you think. Feel free to leave comments down below. And this is Trepacer saying so long and take care.
Now, I say this. Surrender within 24 hours, or watch this world suffer the consequences.